Hey, long days at work, I grab my shirt, my bag. We sent out the front line. Frustrations in my head just play so wet, but it's no one's fault but mine. Long drive home, here we go. I play Scramble pod through the radio. Cold bears with the boys, hello. Those links are my only home. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another astonishing episode of the Scramble podcast presented by Hedge Better here at beautiful Hedge Better Studios in Braintree, Massachusetts, the home state of the 122nd U.S. Open, in case you all didn't know. I am Andy Rogantino, joined by my two esteemed colleagues. Say hello.
Tim, how about you introduce yourself?
That was too generous of a welcome.
Hey, we're all...
But I'm happy to be here virtually.
Yeah. That's Timmy. I'm Stevie. This is an unbelievable start.
It's an unbelievable start because the golf this weekend garnished an unbelievable podcast.
It really
okay?
It
Okay? I'll say that. What a week in Brookline, okay? Sadly, I had an event somewhere else, and I couldn't get there. But my God, everything I read, everything I had a million friends go, as I'm sure we all did. One of our close friends went. And what a place. That's all I heard is what a fucking place, okay? I don't know if you guys had any knee-jerk reactions like I did, but anything?
Two things. One, the last 6 holes absolutely delivered on Sunday. Just back and forth. You know, Rahm was potentially into it. He ended up playing himself out of it. Rory could have potentially backdoored a way into a playoff if it worked out that way, which was like getting, and obviously I had money on Rory, but he's still a top 10, which is great. Huge names, great golf shots, which we'll get into, I'm sure, shot by shot.
Yeah.
Like, that was the epitome and just the utter and complete, like, that was highly concentrated major championship golf put into a syringe right into the veins. That delivered.
Into my neck, not even my veins. Stab me in the jugular with that weekend of golf.
It was unbelievable. That was so fun to watch.
Tim?
Yeah, maybe a record set for major championship club throws, club breaks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll talk about those.
We didn't see half of them.
Oh, there were more?
Oh, yeah. Like, there's one of Homa just absolutely destroying his bag. These guys were pissed.
Good.
Rory, talk about it later, but
yeah, he was just whacking the sand.
Yeah, he's got to relax because he's throwing clubs and shit left and right.
Meanwhile, playing.
But nobody speaks about it.
Yeah, no. All we hear about is Grayson Murray.
Yeah, that guy's
that guy's a fucking nut job.
Yeah, he is.
Crazy.
Check out our socials for this week, you guys. We'll talk about the Travelers a little bit. There's going to be, now I feel like I need to stay on top of the Instagram and the Twitter more and more because we get, live news. We get, it's every day now. I think I need to make our stuff, a source of information more than I've ever had to before, I think.
Yeah.
So that's on me. Our Celtics lost Game 6. Very sad. Tim, I know.
Just not an acceptable amount of money that I lost on that championship.
But fuck, they're right there. I think, I don't know much about basketball. Maybe you disagree. I think they need an infiltrator point guard. They need someone to not hog the ball and shoot 25 times a game, but a guy that can play point guard. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I have a different opinion than most people, though. I think we're honestly fine with most of the people. We had in the Game 6 there, less than 10 bench points, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. We just have to get points off the bench, and Tatum just has to take a step up next year. If he's gonna be the guy, I don't necessarily think bringing in another one of the guys.
No.
Helps, but you need a solution for it because Al's 36 years old.
Yeah, I can't. That's not sustainable.
We need another 4. I don't know. There's lots of things they can do.
And maybe I'm crazy, Tim, but it felt like from definitely not a huge basketball guy perspective, but a sports fan, it seemed like they would get in the offensive half court and there was just no plan. It was like Jalen got the ball at the top of the key, and then it was the 4 of them just went to the corners. And I was what are we doing?
I think it came down to at the end of the day, the moment was too big for them.
Okay.
This was their first NBA Finals. That's a lot of young guys to be in their first NBA Finals. Your stars are young. Your bench players are super fucking young. Pritchard, Grant Williams, those are the guys that were stepping up through the rest of the playoffs. Like, they just got on this stage. Pritchard evaporated. His three-point shooting was horrible.
I know.
So it's just, I think the moment was too big, but they've been there now. So I don't know. We'll see.
And
I will be doubling my bet from last year, though.
Oh, and Rob Williams, I think, is my favorite Celtic. I fucking love this guy.
Yeah. Hard to hate him.
And I hope he can figure out a way to play 68 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he might be one of those guys throughout his career, though, that's just like the way he plays, like he's a huge guy, jumps out of his shoes, like blocks, jumping all over the floor. He's gonna be hurt more often than not, I think.
All right. And that was basketball talk on a golf podcast.
I was going to say the only thing that I had to add, different sport, same building, tragedy that Bruce Cassidy was fired. And the entire Bruins front office is a disaster. And fuck all of them. And I hate them.
Now there's a rumor they're gonna hire David Quinn, which I don't necessarily think I agree with him. He's like Tim. He's like one of those guys that's like, everybody's good. We're going to be great out there. And
he's a clapper? College football clapper?
He's a clapper, dude. And then Sweeney comes out and he's like, I think that's exactly what this team needs is a positive. No, I liked Butch Cassidy because he told you how it was.
Yeah.
You guys suck tonight, so you're not going to play. Yeah.
Sweeney and fire him out of a cannon.
To the sun.
Oh, my God. All right,
Anyways,
well, let's golf.
Tell me about this week's show, will you?
Tim, do you want to take it or am I taking it?
I can do it.
Yeah.
So we're obviously gonna give you the recap of the U.S. Open at Brookline. Matty Fitz's first win on the PGA Tour. Give our thoughts on the Lib News.
Yep.
It's coming out this week. More and more guys are going. Some of my guys close to my heart.
This is good. Tim might shed a tear if things go.
All my favorite players. I don't know. Whatever. I guess I'm a Lib guy now. By default.
Hey, we need one. I feel like I'm a PGA guy. We do need a Lib guy.
Yeah.
I'll be that. If all my favorite players go,
the sport washing works. Yeah.
All right.
And then we got the Travelers coming up. Some say this is like the 7th major.
Yeah, it's right there. John Deere.
Behind the John Deere,
Yep.
And that's kind of in our backyard too.
Yeah.
2 tournaments in a row.
Fuck yeah. All right, fellas. Welcome to the Surf and Turf Golf Coast to Coast Recap, presented by Surf and Turf Golf. Go to their website. Use promo code TheScramblePod20. Get 20% off your order. I'm wearing the hat right now. It's a fresh one. Little cross logo. It's sneaky camo. You can't really tell, but it is camo. I can tell that, yep. The gear is awesome. They just had a huge Father's Day thing, which I still believe that they're doing. Go get Dad some stuff. It's awesome. Matthew Fitzpatrick hits the fairway bunker shot of a lifetime to hand young Will Z his second runner-up of major season. And he beats world number 1 Scotty Scheffler, getting his first victory on the PGA Tour.
Speechless.
It was sick.
From that angle, when he pulled the 3-wood, I was like, okay, he's going to lay up.
Yeah.
He's not even going to touch these bunkers, okay? Good. Sweet. The 3-wood was the exact distance of the bunkers. So at that point, I'm thinking, why would you just not pull driver, dude? What planet are we on? So I've been a Matty Fitz guy on this show.
You really have been, yeah.
Week in, week out for 6-7 weeks in a row now.
Yes.
I bet him, I think, maybe 5 of the last 7 weeks.
This is weird. The 1 week you didn't really lay into him.
It took him top 20.
Yeah, but
he did come in the top 20, thankfully for me. But we've always talked about it time and time again. Okay, he didn't hit the greatest tee shot on 18 on the 72nd hole. But what separates a guy from being a winner, especially in a major, versus just guys who flame out? Stones. To pull that, was that a 9-iron that he pulled out of the bunker?
Yeah,
hit a cut?
Yeah, cut 145 9-iron to 18 feet.
That's ridiculous. If you don't know if you don't play golf obsessively every single week, if you don't know how difficult that shot is, he's hitting that exact shot and getting that result less than 10% of the time, less than 5% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
That was unbelievable.
And you know how they have all these things? Remember, earlier in the week, it's like, what would a 10 handicap shoot here? There are no
2 trillion.
There are no low single-digit handicaps that are hitting that. Let's put it that way.
In no universe, ever. You could give me literally 1,000 swings at that exact shot. I will not even touch the green.
Also, here's my thing. I don't know if you guys were you listening to the broadcast when they came up 18? So the announcers who were just ripping him for taking 3-wood. Like when you have,
I hate the backseat caddying. I
Dude,
can't fucking stand it. Like, it's not like a basketball play. Like we were talking about basketball earlier, right? Like you're in the heat of the moment, things are moving fast. Like you got to make a decision, throw a bad pass. Like he's got fucking 5 minutes to figure out what shot he's gonna hit. He's prepped all week. He knows what club he wants to hit. He just hit a bad shot. Like that's all it was. Sometimes you hit a bad shot.
Exactly. To me, he knows a lot of adrenaline right now, and if there's one club that if you miss the face, you hit it waywardly. That's a driver, right? Mm-hmm. Only worst spot he could have been in was way right rough or left rough. Mm-hmm. Like that bunker. I know he had the little lip in front of him, and he had to, the sand, whatever. No one was hitting well out of the rough. Like at least the sand, you know what to expect, right? Mm-hmm. So he goes, I'm going to hit a 3-wood because my adrenaline is pumping. Mm-hmm. And if I hit an iron, not the way I want to, now I'm really short. Now I'm playing like 170-something in. So he's like, I can see where him and Billy are thinking, hey, this is going to go at the bottom level of where I can hit my driver. Mm-hmm. And that's all he needed. Obviously, you get excited, he definitely came through really fast. That's how you hook that ball. Mm-hmm. But, same thing. The second that happened, I got right on my phone, texting. I'm like, you guys hearing that? Just ripping him for taking 3-wood. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This comes after his thrilling U.S. Amateur win at the Country Club in 2013, which I don't know if you knew that, guys. He won the U.S. Amateur in 2013 at the Country Club. Mm-hmm. They only mentioned it every single hole. Yep. And here's my take, and we'll get into sort of the you guys can see here, take me through it, but you could say that Matty Fitz was arguably the second best golfer in the world without a PGA victory, right?
I see what you're doing here.
Who's the first?
Oh, okay. So you said PGA.
A PGA Tour win.
I thought PGA major.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So that I was thinking.
Okay.
I went there.
No.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No. I would say Louis.
Louis Oosthuizen?
Yeah, Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how did he never get a tour victory?
He's allergic to the United States.
He was a top 5 in every major for like 5 straight years.
I know. So you going into this, you could have said arguably the second best in the recent memory. Obviously, Louis having a tough year, but like the second best to ever do it. But now he's in golf lore forever.
Yep.
Finishes the last 7 holes, 2 birds, no bogeys. Finishes at 6 under, which, not to brag, I said it on Thursday, and I wish there was a bet that you could make that said final score, because where I do my gambling, I didn't have that.
They just have final margin. They don't have the exact score.
That would have been cool.
If only there was a gambling platform that could start
That's crazy.
That service.
I feel like we might know a gambling platform coming in the next year or two that could do that.
If only.
Joins Jack Nicklaus and Julie Inkster, who I didn't know, had to Google, as the only 2 players ever to win 2 different championships at the same venue.
That's unique.
Yeah. Was number 18 in the world. Now is number 10. Kicks Jordan to 11 after a T14 at the Masters and a T5 at the PGA. So maybe we should have seen this coming more than we did.
I kind of did.
Yeah.
Credit to me, but
I did not.
just I don't want to.
I didn't either.
Well, I mean, just listen back to last week. I was exactly right about everything I said. But just really quick, I'm harping on this set. I can't let it go. How is Tiger Woods not on that list? To win multiple championships at the same venue, right? Because like you got to think in college, at Stanford, he would have probably played at Pebble at some point.
I think they're more thinking of like a professional event.
Yeah, or
USG.
Tiger won the USAM how many times?
Yeah, I don't know. Were those at courses that he also won other events? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it feels like it should be a Tiger thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on. It was just like driving me crazy.
No, and we go over this a lot, but I think he's like the number 1 grinder in the game. He's the third liner. He is a third line center.
I had a rant ready.
Go ahead.
Is this the time, Tim? Do I have permission?
Go for it.
No, it's not even like a bad rant, but it's just like sometimes you have to gas up the homies.
Yeah.
And for someone who's been heavy on the Matty Fitz train for a couple of weeks now, thank freaking God that this guy broke through. He deserves it more than anyone.
Agreed.
The news and the tweets from Dylan DeChair and from everybody, everyone, Rappaport, everyone. talking about how he was grinding. He went to school. He did recently. I think his club head speed picked up from 112 to 119. He picked up 7 miles an hour. He's gone through a workout regimen, and he's like worked with like a fitness coach and all that sort of stuff to get bigger.
Because he used to kind of be a little skinny fat.
He was a little B. He was a lanky little B.
And we don't shame that.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I was for a long time. I mean, still kind of am, but regardless, so he's gone through the weight training, the lifting. But not only that, you see how meticulous he is. The cross-handed chipping, and you got to imagine that he's gone through hours and hours of practice with that. There's rumors that he's chipping on greens on like practice greens, and he's literally pulling out his rangefinder and seeing an exact spot how many yards away that like he should be landing his ball. Like is it 5 yards, is it 6 yards, 7 yards, and he'll take the course like.
Yeah.
However, like that is so much commitment. That is so much data collection of he's writing down after every single shot.
Oh yeah, his yardage books are like
and it's crazy.
It's like a fucking math.
And
textbook.
I've been trying to go with a very similar approach to my on and off the course game of golf and trying to lower my handicap. My goal is to break a 10 handicap by the end of the summer. It's not going well, but it's just. This is a guy that had a fucking plan. He was meticulous. He worked his ass off. He was very disciplined, and he was rewarded in the greatest way imaginable. Just you got to give all the credit in the world to Matty Fitz because this guy deserves it. And I really hope that he has some staying power on the tour.
I mean, absolutely. He's our age. He's 28.
Exactly. He doesn't have to be like some crazy, like fly too close to. He doesn't have to be Scotty, basically. No. He doesn't have to be Scotty. But at the very least, if he can be a relevant name for the next 10 years in the game of golf, he's a great guy that worked really hard to get to where he's at, and good for him. And that's kind of just like the message I wanted to get out there.
I have nothing else to add to that. Nailed
well
it.
Said.
Yeah. And then another Stonesy, right? So now you got Scotty Scheffler, world number 1, and Will Zalatoris, perennial major player, just breathing down his neck, right? They both got within 1, and he stuck to the plan, hits the most ridiculous 43-foot birdie.
That was nuts.
And that wasn't even just like a hit the flagstick and drop in. That was like last roll 43-foot birdie. Absurd iron shot on 15 and walks in the next putt, okay? Willie Z on 18 then nearly hits it was 15 feet, I think, or 14 feet. Honestly, did you hear Willie's comments after? He was like, with 6 feet to go, I thought that was in. I was like,
wow,
oh,
that's
fuck.
crazy.
I know.
It did look like it, though.
Oh, I mean.
Because he almost took like a bit, like just a little baby move. It wasn't exactly a step to walk it in, but like there was a little.
And it's not that I didn't want Willie Z to win. It's just that I think I wanted Fitz to win more.
Same.
And if it went to a playoff, great. Like, I love free golf, and it would have been a 2-hole playoff. Those are cool.
And 3 guys.
Oh, yeah. No. It would have been 2.
Oh, I was
Scotty
thinking
was,
if Matty had
Scotty was
had
in the
bogey.
house at 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
my bad.
No. So then he says, if there was one shot that I've struggled with this year that I just do not want, it's a fairway bunker shot. I guess Billy just took over. It's one of the best shots I've hit of all time. When I saw it leave the sand and I felt the strike, I couldn't be happier. And I'll say this. His caddy, Billy Foster, kissing the flag and crying afterwards. If that doesn't get something going inside you, all right, then you can get out, all right? That is sports right there, okay? The guy's caddied for Seve, caddied for Furyk, caddied Tiger in the Ryder Cups. Guy's never won, too much, and then he finally gets one. I love sports, man. I don't know about
it. Also, I would be a little bit overwhelmed too if I had just secured a little over $300,000. No, but that was a super cool.
That's just what he gets. That's what we think he's getting.
Yeah.
Fitzy might be paying him more.
Who knows? But I mean, great. Yeah, he's a cool guy. That was just a great showing. I mean, that them as a team all week. Even just when they were talking in between shots. And, obviously, again, just going back and harping on it, Matty grinds so hard over every shot. So, he's probably going to be very demanding of his caddy.
Yeah.
And for both of them to be rewarded in such a big way, it's so super cool.
Oh, yeah. Willie Z, though, second again in a major. I think even though he, wasn't he's kind of in form, not really. I think he might be one of those guys now that we just have to blindly bet a top 10 on at the majors.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is that ridiculous to say?
No, he's just stripes the living shit out of the ball. Just has the ugliest putting stroke on the face of the earth.
The putting will the putting so far, it hasn't. We won't say it has cost him. We'll say it hasn't won him.
Guess how many strokes he gained putting this week?
Was it a lot?
He gained.
7.
He
Seven.
gained. Will Zalatoris. We're talking about the same guy.
7 strokes. Yep.
Wow.
Was that better than? I imagine it's better than PGA.
That's
better
one
than
of his.
Masters.
I was looking.
Yeah.
That's one of his best in a long fucking time. But his biggest fear must be like a 10, 15.
Yeah.
Even like
Dude,
6.
all right. So the putt here, right? Remember the Farmers? This is a putt to win against Luke List.
Oh yeah.
And Luke stuffs it. He misses another. It's just like the poor kid.
I know, and he's young to be experiencing these. It's not nearly a
Also-
low. It's just like not a win.
You'd also think that like with how well he's playing, he'd get like an easy win. He seems to just be going up against guys who are having like Matty Fitz had his best stuff. This was obviously like the U.S. Open. The scores are more condensed, but I don't know. You'd think like he'd win one of these tournaments.
Like
a
when they
little
played at the Byron Nelson. And
Right.
he missed the cut, and the winner was 25 under. I was like, this is a Will Zalatoris dream scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stripes it all over the
So
line.
maybe he's more like Matt Fitzpatrick than we think, because Fitzy doesn't win shootouts.
Diamonds need pressure.
The one he's
He could be
winning.
like a top 10 Tony in the making.
Ooh, okay, yeah, just the
Can't
grind.
win, but just I mean he's better. He'll be better when it's all
I
said
think
and
so.
done. with Tony,
I agree.
but-
Yeah. Hideki though ripping a 65 on Sunday to backdoor fourth.
He's so good.
He's not. But see, that was unexpected to me. He gets DQ'd. He misses a cut before that. I didn't know where his game was going to be. I didn't touch him. And also,
I almost got him to miss the cut.
yeah, dude. And also, can we get this guy a normal shirt?
No.
What is up
This
with?
is his look now.
It's just the worst. He's up there with Troy Merritt as worst dressed, I think.
He'd be fashionable in like the 80s.
Yeah.
That's like a good look for like 40 years ago.
Yeah, and Adam Scott wearing 7 shades of beige. What's going on? Delivering my packages for UPS. Who dressed these guys? It's the U.S. Open. Come on. Colin and Rory though, T5 at 2 under. Somehow, see this is what gets me, and I'll talk about Colin in a second. I have a little rant before we get into the betting. He says Kyle Porter goes, somehow he shoots 3 rounds in the 60s and doesn't win. That's just because he has a moving day 77 in a condition that I'll speak about. But another strong performance. I think he also might be for me. And you were on the Colin train, thank God.
Yep.
But I think he's just a guy that you got to say it's a major. He can hit the shot shapes, and those irons are always going to come to play.
He's just arguably the most mentally strong golfer in the field.
Yeah, he's right.
I don't understand. The week before it started, he said, I can't hit my fade anymore. I'm hitting a draw.
Yes.
I really don't know why. My coach doesn't know why. How did you just come out and I'd shoot that score? I don't understand. How can you have no idea what's wrong with your swing as a professional golfer? Don't play that well.
Well, when you put it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like
His whole game is ball striking. He can't figure out where it's going. I don't.
I know a couple of times on like the Thursday Friday broadcast, he would hit a driver and it drew, and you could see him smile and put the club in the bag. He's like, I don't fucking know what's going on out here. Rory rolls into Saturday at 4 under, 73 moving day, just puts him sort of just far enough back. But our Cam, as you Scramble loyal listeners know Cam very well, he just said the crowd was all over Rory. They wanted him to win. Boots on the ground said, the country club crowd said, this is Rory's thing. But he's playing some unbelievable golf
He's in great form.
right now. So I'm not going to worry about him. Some notable missed cuts, though, that I'd love to dip the toe into. Phil, thanks for showing up, buddy. Plus 11 through 2 days.
And also, don't let the door
You
hit
got a
on
lot
the
of
way
love
out.
from the crowd.
Yeah, I know.
saw.
This is what I'll say, too. The guys that have gone to live and played, no one getting bad mouth, which is fine. That's good. Do you need them getting fucking... They get it enough from the media. I don't think they need it also from the crowd.
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, like golf media, I feel like is very. It's like an echo chamber. Like they all think the same way. So like they're all constantly right now talking about, how the guys on the PGA Tour are the best and the guys going to live are the worst.
Yeah.
But like that's not the sentiment of the people watching. I think there's like no diversity in like the major golf coverage.
Yeah.
I feel.
They're
all just say the same thing.
I agree. And to expound upon the point, I mean, you think about it. At the end of the day, most golf media are guys that grew up playing the game, love the game. In order to play the game of golf with any sort of regularity, you have to be decent in financial.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For a lot of people, though, especially just like your average PGA fan, I mean, again, they'll tend to be a little bit on the wealthier side of all things considered. But for a lot of people, it's like,
bro,
some people are just struggling right now.
$200 million.
And you're just like, you know what? I'm paying XYZ for, insert good or service here just because things are a little bit crazy right now. And you can't just help but think, like, at a certain point, you got to drop the elitism and just be like, these guys are going to get generational money.
And then they can set their kids up, set their family.
Yeah. And I'm trying to continue to be very anti-Saudi just because it's for all the obvious reasons. But to your point, Tim, you guys are both correct. And at a certain point, these guys are just, the money that they are getting, it's so unbelievably difficult to say no to.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you.
You're also like helping them drive the narrative. Like, you're giving them more attention.
It's like an ex-girlfriend, dude.
Yeah.
The more you check out what she's doing or you care about what she's doing, the more that person, not winning, but like that person's just winning. Bro, you gotta.
Feeding into it.
Yeah.
Psycho misses the cut. Sergio, Webb, Tony. Sorry about that, Tim. Louis. Cam Smith missed the cut, which is not a shocker due to form, but kind of a shocker for me, just due to who he is, and he usually comes alive at these things.
Yeah.
Tommy, Victor Hovland, fucking knew it.
Yep.
Bet against
you called it.
Dude, bet against him big time. Mm-hmm. Cam Young had a tough showing, but then ruined Steve's hopes with the ace on 11. And then you got a tough week from Bryson, the grinded. Terrell grinded. Brooks, I'll talk about him in a minute. Homa, tough week. Neiman didn't have it on moving day. Most of these guys, some guys that played okay, in my opinion. Maybe you guys will agree. Rosie, okay. JT, okay. Jordan, Davis Riley, though, young gun, grabs the top 30, good. Burnsy sort of blew up on Sunday. He was right there. And DJ was steady. So, and with that, you ready for this? Now,
Yes.
Now would be the time to take a nap if you guys aren't ready for this. I think Tim saw me write all this and then delete it.
It was a lot.
Yep. Ready? My last notes on the U.S. Open. Golf is a wonky game, man. Okay? The two lowest aggregate scores in all three majors this year to make the cut are Willie at -13 and Rory at -11. Neither of them have a win. Okay? You have to root for Rory McIlroy, from my opinion. The guy's a spectacle to watch. His interviews get a little depth to the game. He's likable. He's a fun guy. Talks about getting dominoes on the road. He's one of us, okay? But he's a true master and a student of the game. All right? If this form keeps up, I think he's making a run at Scotty for Player of the Year if he can grab a win, another one. We'll see. Okay? Brookline was fantastic for the toughest test in golf. Arguably my favorite since I became a golf fan. I was all over it. I was walking around with a quarter chub the whole weekend.
Acceptable.
Chambers Bay in 2015, for obvious reasons, Jordan wins it. That was awesome. Shinnecock in 2018, also awesome.
Heading back there in a couple of years.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
But the country club fucks, okay? The short par 3 is something that every major needs.
Absolutely.
Let the boys hit darts, okay? The way the golf course, though, it's set up, it was different on every hole. It's something that a lot more majors need as well. It wasn't just 5, lines up 6, lines up 7, lines up 8, and they all sort of just like fit into that mold, okay? No. The country club gave you 18 different holes with all their own different challenges, and dare I say, keys to success, okay? We've seen the world number 1 play like it for many months, and I think Brooks might actually be, we're going to say, chalked, all right? We can discuss that another time, but I think the Brooks Koepka major train might have made its last stop.
Yeah, it's off the rails.
Okay?
Wow.
Yeah. And then I know I talk about my CBS writers, and they use this word only because I couldn't really find out a way to say it. But does Colin Morikawa hit heavy enough of a golf ball to contend when it's windy? Doesn't mean that he can't win, but it seems that his bugaboos on days where he blows up are days where the wind is howling.
Now, when he won his Open out at, what was it, Royal St. George's, right?
Yep.
Obviously notoriously windy.
Wasn't.
What? Yeah, I was going to say,
was
how was that week in particular?
No, I had to make sure this take was right. So it was
Yeah.
below average windy. Still a little windy. It's an
Yeah,
open.
of course.
Okay? When he won at TPC Harding Park, there was just almost no wind. It was like dewy and gross.
So we found his bugaboo.
I think that's it. He doesn't have that piercing ball flight
Okay.
on a day that it's windy. But if it's not windy, I mean, he's like the best iron player I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
The majors this year, stay with me, Tim, at Augusta, Southern Hills in the Country Club, and St. Andrews has to be one of the most exciting stretches of majors that I can think of. Okay? I understand the Country Club, 7,200 yards, but it ate guys' lunches this week, okay?
What, 9 players under par?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. And you saw guys shoot 80s, and it's just, you don't need, the debate, the power, the speed. Bryson hits it a mile. These guys hit it a mile. Congratulations. Because it's not all about how far you can hit the ball, okay, in a major. The majors mean more now with the addition of this rival tour. It means we get the best of the best in a literal better sense. I know I said that last week. But look at how Matty Fitz wins, okay? He was silent. All of his goals were just realized. The hardest he's ever fought to win it just ended, and it takes it all out of you. And that's the beauty of golf, I think. That's the beauty of the sport that we care so much about. All right? It's the guy that had his prime major wins waiting on the 72nd hole to congratulate the young gun on his first one, hugging and kissing. It's the bearded captain holding the Stanley Cup, Tim. And it's the first time that you get a golf major. That's it. If you think there are any greater moments in sports, you know where to find me.
Fair enough.
Wow.
All right?
Now,
I might be crying. I'm not even sure.
Okay, this is embarrassing.
No.
I literally sent a text to one of my friends after I finished writing that. I teared up a little bit writing
no.
about the U.S. Open.
100%.
So
I legit, I've been an emotional wreck lately.
I think to that point though, Brookline, why haven't they played golf tournaments?
That's the
here in
exact question
30
I was
years?
just about to ask. So Tim, you got it.
why did they go to TPC Boston?
That was a perfect major. The winning score was 600. Guys got killed.
Do we need
We
another
saw-
U.S. Open here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was perfect. They should play Brookline every
Yeah, what like
year.
like Beth Page gets one every 6-7 years?
Yeah.
So,
And I don't think that's nearly as exciting.
No.
Looking up U.S. Opens in the future.
I don't think that the Country Club has another, but like it damn sure should be considered.
I was listening to another podcast today, and I believe that they're 29 and 30. There's both openings currently. I think they're
Nice.
just booked up through 28.
Dude, I would love if they put it back there. And because they didn't use every hole like it was, they could even change it up.
That's another thing is it's 27 holes, and they can absolutely continue to readjust that. So you were correct. Next year, it's in Los Angeles at LACC.
Sick course. That's a nasty.
2024, it's at Pinehurst, number 2. 25, Oakmont. 26, Shinnecock.
Nice.
27, Pebble.
Oakmont and Shinnecock will eat guys up.
There's no
Like that.
28,
Okay.
but 29 is back at Pinehurst, and is there a 30?
See, why do they keep, like, I
30s
understand
in
Pinehurst,
Marion.
the cradle of golf. It's great. Like, but do they need 3 majors in 12 years?
Dude,
or whatever? the fuck?
Pinehurst going forward has 24, 29, 35, 41, and 47.
That's just too many.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically trying to make that one of the anchors.
Yeah, I
going
know.
forward.
And I understand it's sick, but it's the same. It plays the same exact way.
Yeah, they're trying to make it St. Andrews.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. You think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, there was Royal St. George's, there was Carnoustie, there was,
Royal Liverpool.
Yep, exactly. So there's a handful of others, but at the end of the day, when you think the Open, you think of St. Andrews. They're trying to do that with Pinehurst. But there's an opening in 29.
Where do I sign?
It
for the
fucking
Country Club?
delivered.
Yeah.
The Country Club delivered, man. And the Mass Hole Gallery, by the way,
Chef's kiss.
oh, perfect. Unbelievable.
Keegan walking up 18.
Yep.
That was cool. All right, guys. This week is a forgettable one from a gambling standpoint for me. I was down 3 and change, but all my if I just did matchups, I'd be winning every week. I got to just relax with these top 20s that I think are all like great.
Yeah, I got to start. You and I were talking about this pre-show. We got to start limiting our outrights.
Yeah. I don't know about
Because
you,
I bet
Tim.
4 outrights.
Yeah, I had
just
6
lost
of them.
4 units immediately.
Yeah, my bets were. I had probably the worst card I've ever had. Just from looking back on it, none of those guys were ever going to win this tournament.
That's what we said about the PGA.
Like, what am I doing?
I know, but then you were like, well, I'm not going to miss out if he wins.
Yeah, that's classic example of having a couple of good weeks and then just.
Agreed. Yeah, we were all a little hot there, and this week humbled us.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll talk about the week in golf, which is mainly going to be a little live talk and then some other stuff, but it looks like Tim's boy, and also my boy, I love the guy, Abe Ancer, off to the live golf as of today.
For me, out of nowhere. I didn't even put him on like a list of potential guys.
Tim, I actually think he was on the list of guys that would benefit from other guys going.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like, great, get Abe in the top 20 now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he has the tequila brand, so it's like, you got money, pal.
Oh, yeah. He's printing money. By the way, they have that now at a liquor store in Dorchester. I got to go buy it. I got to try it.
I mean, yeah.
It's the only one.
Guy, though, who comes from like super humble beginnings. Like, he's never really had a swing coach.
Yeah.
Some guys just want that cat. I mean, let's be realistic here. Like, if Liv approached me with any amount of money,
$2,000.
$2,000 a year, I would be playing on that tour. So
it's Charles Barkley. I'm sure you guys can look it up, but he says if someone were going to give him $200 million, he'd kill a relative.
He should get $200 million from whatever network.
He is a gem.
You can get him to sign.
Yeah.
Because he's the best any sport. Let him call primetime Sunday Night Football for all I care.
Yeah.
He is the most entertaining announcer.
Treasure.
I agree.
Yeah.
So now the rumor mill, Tim, is it's just churning out that Xander also may be gone.
Yeah. Like arguably my two favorite golfers. I don't. So again, I think I'm just a live guy now. I would be.
Do you think you'd be a little surprised?
Surprised if Xander actually went. But he's another guy who just like never actually wins a golf tournament, so I could sort of see it. I think
he wins the funky ones, and I think I would consider Liv a funky one.
I mean, if he like the Liv guys all sucked at the U.S. Open, but if he goes like now, you're getting into a situation where a lot of golfers were like, I want to play against the best in the world. Well. A bunch of the best in the world are going. I mean, if you get like, I don't know, 50 of the top 100 world golf, because it's what 54 slots a tournament.
Correct. Yeah.
If you get like 50 of the top 100, like then you're really playing. You're kind of filtering out the bottom level guys who are in the tournament, like the bottom 25 guys who are.
Oh yeah. Do you know how top heavy the PGA would get if that happened? You know who would win? It would be. Nobody's would ever win if that happens.
It'd be Rory and JT, and then everybody else would be gone.
Literally, John Rahm, Rory, JT, and Scotty Scheffler in the final two groups every single week. Yep. But I know Ricky seems to be a common name people are throwing out there. You know, he was in the most Ricky Fowler way possible. He was the first alternate and didn't get in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, excuse me. He was the second alternate because someone.
I feel like Ricky's in a no-win situation.
Dude, he can't.
He's got 1 billion sponsors. He literally does not need that money. But on the other hand, like he's not winning on the PGA Tour.
I don't even know if he's going to be invited to play any tournaments in the PGA Tour.
The only way he's playing right now is through his good year he had in 17 and 18 and some exemptions. Yeah. Which sucks. But you know what? Ultimate good guy. When the final group officially teed off and he was no longer needed, he had all the interns from the USGA. They all sat down in a room and they all just talked to Ricky for 2 hours. He just all talked to him about, his journey and how, you guys are, young age, all this stuff. Ultimate good guy.
What a good guy.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
You know what? I've shit on Ricky a couple of times.
Me too. I do too.
I'm back around after that.
I won't shit on his character.
I want him to win a golf tournament in the Lord's year of 2022.
He's playing this week.
Go Ricky.
Go Ricky. But I know it's golf Twitter, so how reliable is it? You be the judge. But there are a couple of leakers that say they've spoken to caddies, and they're saying 4 of the top 20 are gonna go this week. And among them, we talked about Xander, but they're also saying Colin Morikawa and Victor Hovland for insane money.
Colin's my golden calf. I love Colin Morikawa way too much for him to go to live. If Colin goes to live,
he would also win every week.
He would. But I mean, that has to be a 5-alarm fire.
Yeah, man.
Like you need like
we say all the time. It was Victor, Matt Wolff, and Colin Morikawa, and Colin he's the golden boy.
Yeah, like you cannot lose him. The PGA Tour, Jay Monahan has to keep Colin Morikawa.
I mean, is it even up to Jay? I don't know, unless there's some backdoor money.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at here.
Again, if they threw 200 at Phil and what was it at DJ?
I think 150.
150?
Yeah.
What are they going to throw at Colin Morikawa, who's young?
He's at worst at least $250 million.
Dude, what are they going to make it? The $300, $400 million offer? And at that point, he's young, he's starting a family. Buddy, just say yes. I don't care.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I know. And Liv also applying for official world golf ranking points.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get
because
that.
I don't know. I don't know who. I also don't know, and we're golf nuts. I don't know who controls that, to be honest. Is the official world golf ranking its own entity? Does the tour have something to do with this?
Probably Sepp Blatter.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. That one, you guys tell us from home. And also news that anyone that plays on Liv can play in DP World Tour events. DP World Tour one up the PGA right there. Hey, bro, PGA won't let you play? Come on in. We got the second best field in golf.
They have a great social media presence.
Yeah, they do. I don't know, man. Like, DP's like, if they're not going to be able to play on the best, I mean, they know they're the second best. Hey, come on, play. Now we're going to threaten.
This is the dynamics of the game of golf at the professional level are changing at such an astronomical pace right now.
Yeah, it's every day.
I would have told you a couple weeks ago that Liv would have burned out and it would have been a joke.
Nope.
This
is a snowball.
This league.
Yeah, this is a snowball down a mountain right now.
This league absolutely has momentum. And I've pivoted from my original, they're going to burn out and screw everything up. I'm now trying to work into my brain some sort of basically compromise. Like, okay, dirty money, shitty people in terms of the government. Yeah. Government only is what I'm talking about. And, but at the very least, this is going to spur innovation, competition. It's going to make the overall sport better. It's going to make the game better. It's going to make the quality better. That's what I'm trying to work out in my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen because golf at the professional level can become extraordinarily top heavy very quickly. And then if those top heavy guys immediately have a falling off like Brooks, like Bryson, the quality of the game it could peak and then just go straight to shit immediately.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at this before the show, Tim. Brooks and Bryson are falling off the world golf ranking at an astronomical rate every week.
Yep.
And you think of those guys, if you could secure both Brooks and Bryson as the face of your league 3 years ago, would you have?
Yes.
For how much money? All the money in the world
Whatever
because they were both on fire?
Yeah, whatever it
takes.
And
now, 3 years later, they're dead.
Yeah, it's
wild. So, that's the thing about Liv is eventually I feel like we're going to ultimately segment out, right? To these guys over here, these guys over here. And on both leagues, at any point in time, if your top guys start to falter, the quality is going to go to shit.
Yep.
So now, I don't know. Just please make golf more fun. Somebody find a way without slaughtering people that, whatever.
Titleist releases its new TSR line of drivers, woods, and hybrids. I don't know if you saw a picture of them, but they look sick. I'm a gear guy, so I love when that shit comes out.
Callaway, bro.
Yeah, you're a Callaway guy. I don't own anything Titleist myself besides my putter, but I'm a Strixon Cleveland guy. But oh well. Scotty Scheffler sets the world record, sets the PGA record for most money made in a year, surpassing Jordan Spieth's 2015, and there is still a lot of golf left.
That's fucking crazy,
bro. He's already
money.
He's made. Oh, I wish I had that. I should.
Do we know if those are inflation adjusted numbers?
No. I mean, it's adjusted because the purses get higher every year.
Exactly. That's something like.
Oh, I wonder at the end. But even if you did, I bet he was still a little bit behind Jordan, right? Because it was a full season. But he's gonna pass that number.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
dude, you got a third of the season left and playoffs.
All he does is just top 10. That's all he does.
Fucked up.
It's like his job.
All right, and then last thing, we talked about the Grayson Murray thing. Guy's a fucking hothead. The broadcast, though, I was all over the place with the clicker. What are we doing? I know we spoke about it last year a lot, Tim, when we were on with Cam and when they first started introducing Peacock, NBC, Golf Channel. This was the worst one, I think.
Yeah.
It was really bad. And the commercials were also terrible.
When you're watching like an NFL game, if there's a ton of commercials, it's because they have their scheduled breaks and there's a timeout. The problem with golf and commercials, there's no they're still playing.
Yeah.
So you're missing like super important shots. It happens all week long, but that cannot happen on a Sunday. Like, that's crazy.
Dude, they did. The no laying up guys highlighted it, and it actually went viral. Like, not just like golf Twitter viral. It was like 500, 600,000 like retweets, replies, all that shit. They cut on, I think, 11 or 12 when Scotty Scheffler was in the lead at the U.S. Open. No, sorry. Matt Fitzpatrick and Will Zalatoris were tied for the lead at the U.S. Open, and they went to a commercial and came back, and they showed another Matt Fitzpatrick, Will Zalatoris shot, and the leaderboard just said Scotty Scheffler -5. And the guys took a picture of it, and they're like, excuse me? Did Scotty Scheffler just birdie a hole at the U.S. Open and no one saw it?
Crazy.
Dude,
half the commercials are for the fucking network.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice what network I'm watching. I watch this because this is what the golf's on. Yeah. You're not. Who is your audience there? Why does anybody care about those commercials?
It's insane. And they had one point, and the no laying up guys timed it. It was a 3-minute commercial break, and they showed one shot and then went back to another 3-minute commercial. I was like, that's some NFL stuff with like a touchdown, a commercial, an extra point, a commercial. But that's because there's a break in the game, like you said. Dude.
Besides the money, you wonder why like Live exists. They're showing every fucking shot.
Yep, dude, and the playing through thing, just like if that exists, just do that. Do that for every commercial. Why does the whole screen need to be lit up?
Yeah.
Show me the golf shots.
Picture in picture.
Yes.
It's 2022.
Show me 2 golf shots on one half and 1 commercial on the other half.
Yeah.
I don't understand why companies still do commercials.
Dude.
Like, not to get too deep here.
No,
like,
go.
Here's what happens when a commercial goes on.
I go piss.
No idea. Yeah. All 3 minutes, I'll have no idea who just showed a commercial.
Yeah.
How I don't get it. Right? I don't know.
What they should do is put a commercial on my phone when they do a commercial on the fucking TV.
Exactly. I was about to say.
I should get hit with a push notification from my phone.
And I might have to like go outside or like start reading.
And you know when I know to look back at the screen when it gets quiet.
Yep.
Yeah. Like dance comes back on.
Oh, there's
just like triggers your brain.
Yeah. Dude, that is the truest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, between the commercials, which were an atrocity, and then we were just.
That's why streaming services were invented. Now the streaming services are doing commercials.
Yeah,
we've come full circle.
Yeah,
you pay for
and not only that.
Yeah, I pay for Peacock.
Yeah, same. And
I paid for. Oh my god, I didn't even know I paid for Peacock. Apparently, I bought it last year at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, because this was the only time we needed it.
And it's just on my credit card. Like, I'm not looking.
Some of us needed it for Notre Dame versus Toledo, but we're not going to go there. But anyway, Tim, you're exactly correct yet again. And why did we have to go back and forth just texting in our group chat, just ripping on all of these stations? It's like, let me go to USA, to NBC Sports, back to Peacock, back to NBC Sports, back to USA Network. It's from these hours, like just a fucking 6 hours. Same channel, picture-in-picture commercials. Jay Monahan. Free.
So the guy, Mike Wan, right? He's the USG. I think he's like one of the chiefs of something. He goes, I'm on it, and something has to change. This is the most backlash that they've ever got.
It's insane.
So I hope he's right, because that was brutal. God forbid you walked away at like 4:55 and then like went back to your TV at 5:10 and you're like, oh, this must be a commercial. No, it's not. It's a different show. It's fucking Mike and Molly on NBC.
Horrible show.
Brutal show, by the way. All right, Steve, take me into TPC River Highlands.
All right. TPC River Highlands in Cromwell, Connecticut. This was built, I think, in like 1928. Don't know who designed it. Not important. But in 1982, it was made over by Pete Dye. So just go back to all the episodes we talked about Pete Dye and his design. Mm-hmm. Stands true today. It's going to be a par 70. 6,800 yards, 6,844 yards.
That's go time for us.
Oh yeah, that
What are the tips from like South Shore, Tim? It's got to be close to that, right?
Dude, Stowe Acres out in Stowe,
You can tip
Mass.
that out. It could be similar.
Yeah.
I play a course regularly at 6,900 yards.
Yeah. Spoiler, don't need to smash the ball around here.
Yep. 72.7 rating, 131 slope. These guys are going to light this place up.
Yeah.
Fairways and greens are both a combination of bent grass and Poana. I don't know what to do with that information. Somebody smarter than me figure it out. The 2021 winner was Harris English in a playoff over Kramer Hickok.
Oh, that was when Tim. That was when I was on my. that was when I was on my Harris English top 20 every week kick.
Yeah.
And now he's
playoff went like fucking. How many holes did that go? That went a ton of holes.
I think it was 8.
That was exciting golf.
Was it 7 holes? Because remember they played 18, 17, 18, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that was sick.
And that we'll get into. I'll cover that in a couple minutes. Right now, I'm just going to do the par 3s and par 5s per usual. The par 3s, 223 yards, 202 yards, 158, and then 171. Good. So anywhere from, for some guys, a wedge all the way up to, like a hybrid or like a 5-wood or whatever that may be. And then the par 5s, both of them very gettable, very scoreable at 574 and 523 yards respectively.
523 is like Eagle Central.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the 13th hole. And then the 14th is, I forget what goes on the 14th, but then the 15th is that drivable par 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then from there, there's the 16th hole, which is that 171-yard par 3 over water. 17 is that really unique one with the lake, right?
Oh, on the right.
It's a dog leg, right? It's only a par 4, though. It's like mid-range. Most guys have a wedge in.
Yep.
And then 18 is basically just a driver wedge.
18's cool because they got that big-ass tree blocking out most people that hit cuts.
And a very tough bunker to get out of.
Which would be me, yeah. And remember Spieth, he was in contention, I think, even last year maybe, right into the tree. Yeah,
yep.
So.
Yep, so that's pretty much it. Oh, really quick, Stevie weather. Thursday is the only day that we're going to get any sort of shit. It's going to be steady rain in the morning and then spotted showers in the afternoon, high 75. So you got to factor this in. Thursday, who's going to be able to play in wind and rain? Okay? Then if you can get past Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I mean, we're into late June here in New England. Everyone knows what to expect. Mid-80s, low chance of rain all 3 days. Manageable wind ranging from 7 to 11 miles an hour. So pretty damn good days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some might call them a bluebird. I wouldn't, but some might. But Thursday's really the only thing that we have to worry about. So with that, are we going to key course stats?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'll
let you take it.
Tim and I wrote the exact same thing in 2 different ways, which is kind of fun. I have approach from 50 to 150, strokes gained putting, because if I remember last time, guys were just hitting everything, and then birdie or better, because like it's not that long and the greens are easier and they're larger, so I think this is going to touch maybe 20 under.
Tim.
Yeah. I have the same stats as Andy. The thing with this tournament, like you look at the past winners, Harris English, DJ, Bomber, Ches Reavie, one of the shortest hitters on tour. Bubba Watson was at one time the longest hitter on tour. Russell Knox, super short ball striker. So it's like you can, and the players are quoted as saying it, like you can win this tournament however you play your game. Like this week, who's the best at playing their game? So it's going to be a lot of like recent form stuff for me, I think. But yeah, that's what I got.
All right.
Hard agree. Basically just be accurate off the tee. And then with these par 4s, just if you look at the numbers and the average PGA Tour drive, and you can kind of just calculate it from there. Looking at approach from 100 yards to 170, and then Andy, I'm with you. Who's going to roll the rock? Because almost everybody's going to be getting on these greens in 2 shots. It's just a matter of who can pour them in and capitalize.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
When Spieth won in 2017, he was one of the worst players off of the tee, and then was gaining the most strokes putting. So I think you can still you can kind of spray it as long as you're on it too.
Just get on the dance floor by all means necessary.
All right, I will. I'll kick us off with some guys that I got my eye on. It's not a very long list, but it's Sam Burns. That's just a no-brainer to me. Plays pretty well last week. Game steps up pretty good here. I'm sure Tim can tell you more about that. But my guy, Seamus Power, okay? great week as a country club, I'd say. He's also 4th this year in aggregate scoring at majors.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Fits well with the model that we ran here. Cam Tringale, the only thing holding him back is his game off the tee, and if he can just sort of play that to a 0, the rest of his game is pretty good right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe he gets his first win. I don't know. Patrick Cantlay, again, kind of a no-brainer. Plays a pretty good weekend at the country club to get himself sort of back into it. Don't overthink that one. I know it's going to be like you're laying money, whatever. He'll be right there. Randomly, Mark Leishman popped up on my stuff. I don't know if you guys had any.
Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
Yeah. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? He has good history here. I think he has like an 8th and like a 20th or something, and he's pretty good from that 50 to 150. So I'll take that. Another guy. This is just regurgitating what I say every week at this point. Davis Riley again. But his game checks out for this.
He's your Matty Fitz.
He might be. Know what he is? He's my Harris English of last year.
Okay.
And Harris won this year, so we'll check that out. A guy that scorned me early, but Aaron Wise had a really good U.S. Open. Decent history here, and his game sort of checks out for what you have to do. And then some longer bombs to think about. Eric Van Rooyen, Hank Lebioda, Ben Coles, Tim's guy, and Chad Ramey. All right, if I find them in a matchup, I'm going to bet it.
Okay. You are the matchup king.
Yeah.
So you're hot on those.
All right.
Tim, your card? Or
turn?
some guys that you're eyeing?
So like Andy said, Sam Burns, spoiler, he is my jacket pick. Some other guys that I really like this week, Brendan Todd. It's not a lot of golf courses that Brendan Todd can win on.
Yep.
This is one of them, and his recent form is pretty good. He's got 4 top 25s in his last 7 outings, coming up at 13th at the RBC. He is arguably one of the better putters, one of the best putters in the field.
Yeah.
He's going to keep it in the fairway, and it's shorter. So if, Brendan Todd's going to win a tournament, it's probably going to be here.
Yeah.
Adam Long hits a ton of fairways, good recent form. 2 top 25s in his last 3 outings here. He did miss a cut in 21, but he's playing pretty good right now.
He's got a sick putter.
Sick putter.
Yeah.
Christian Bezadenhout.
Ooh.
He's gaining strokes all across the board.
Oh, wait. Is he the only South African that didn't go play and live?
It appears like it.
Yet.
I totally thought he did. Oh, so it was Louis, Grace, and Charles, and not him. He's the only one they left behind. Oh,
right.
All right. Anyways.
So he's got something to prove.
Yeah. Oh,
perfect.
Yeah.
Storyline. Boom. He's coming up at 15th at the Charles Schwab. He got a 12th at the Byron Nelson. No course history here, so hopefully he plays well.
Yeah. Do with that what you will.
But yeah, those are kind of the big 4. Sam Burns is going to be all over my card.
Oh yeah, same.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm also
and Rory, I should say, I think is going to play well, but
of course.
That's
I mean, he's
we'll talk about him every week. So
incredible. Yeah. I'm with you guys both. I am going to have Sam Burns on an outright. I do agree that Seamus Power is looking attractive. I've had my eye on him for a couple of weeks now. I'm like, I just wanted to see him be consistent, and he's worked his way into the bet sheet. Congratulations, Seamus. I know that you're honored. Scotty Scheffler, top 10. Don't think about it. He's just very good at golf. But I also agree with you on Tringale. I'm with you, Timmy. I'm riding Ben Zeidenhout, or however the hell you're going to say it.
Bezadenhout.
That's what I said. This is going to probably come back to haunt me because I feel like this guy is perpetually broken in his brain since Southern Hills, but Mito.
Oh.
Mito.
I'm going with Mito.
All right.
I think he's. I think it's going to suit him well. I mean, he's got to jump back. He's got to get into the swing of things. Please just play.
Because I think he has a lot of potential. I'd love to see him sort of break into to that B list we talked about.
Him and Neiman.
Yeah. Tough week from Neiman. Yeah. I was all over Neiman at the U.S. Open. Fuck, man.
But those are 2 South American guys that are really fun to watch play golf.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm the last guy on the sheet here. He's a New England guy. He played very well last week at the Open. And I'm just counting on that form. I'm counting on New England. I'm just, you know what? We're going with with Keegan F, baby. Come on. Keegan Bradley, I just need you not only to win outright, but just have a showing. Just make me look smart because I'm also taking him as my jacket, Keegan top 20, and my survivor.
All right.
Keegan, I'm all over you this week.
All
so
right.
please make me look smart.
Yeah, maybe you can be all over a 6.5 hour round, too.
They don't ask how.
And golf clubs that are way too short.
They don't ask how the ball gets in the hole. They ask how many times did you get it in. And if he gets it in less amount of tries than everybody else, I look smart.
All right. So I'm going Patty Ice, Pat Cantlay Survivor, and a Pat Cantlay top 20. Justin is going with Stu Sink.
Stewie.
Tim? Sam Burns?
I'm going with Sam Burns and the Sam Burns top 20, which I believe right now is minus 125.
Sweet. That's not good value there. Updated Survivor, I'm at 6.65. Stevie at 3.9. Tim at 2.4. And, folks, Justin at 1.83.
That's Jay Fine's music.
Yeah, I'm looking for the listeners here to let's get like a celebrity shot here, right?
Oh.
So DM us, and I'll take whoever you want me to take.
All right.
Because at this point, it is getting a little bit embarrassing how poorly I'm doing on those picks.
Tim, and I'll toot your horn a little bit. You're good at this, but I don't know why your Survivor guys just let you down.
I don't know either. I'd love to know why. I mean, Steve's almost doubled me.
That's what I don't. But I'm negative units. Like what? Four out of the last 5 weeks. What am I doing right in Survivor and jacket picks that I cannot translate to a successful?
See, this is exactly why I chose to do this for this season of the show. Next year we'll do a different game. This year is Survivor. Okay,
yeah.
Because it's like you got to think ahead a little bit. And you have to think, I don't want to use the best guy here because I want to use that guy later. So it's like it's a thinking thing.
Yeah, but then I end up picking Troy Merritt.
Yeah, that was a weird
3
one.
weeks into the season.
I mean,
So
hey,
it's fucking
I took Scotty Scheffler in the 3rd week of the season, the week before he went on a heater and he missed the cut.
Sad.
So
Very sad.
So I can't use Scotty again. All right, folks, that'll pretty much do it. The Travelers is a good tournament. I don't really have much else. Just it's not going to be as exciting as the U.S. Open. This is going to be like a birdie fest. So I don't know. Buckle up, casually watch it. It's a Saturday weekend in June. It's getting nice out, and I think we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, see you guys.
Hey,
Bye.
hey. Long days at work, I grab my shirt, my bag. We sent out the front line. Frustrations in my head just play so wet, but it's no one's fault but mine. Long drive home, here we go. I play Scramble pod through the radio. Cold bears with the boys, hello. Those links are my only home.